So guys, we're going to start with data transformation, which is all about data functions in Python. We'll talk about the character functions. We'll talk about the numeric functions. We'll talk about the datetime functions. And we'll also do some live data transformation with the industry practical data. That is how we will be finishing the entire functions class. It will not take much time. I believe maximum 1 hour or 1.5 hours. We'll finish with a very practical way as well. What I have done here to do this session 4, we have a raw data. The raw data which is given here called Python underscore function underscore data. It is given the character function data, which will import and do all the character functions in this table. It is given the numeric function data, which we will import and will do all the numerical functions with this data. We'll take date function data, where we'll do all the date related functions to this data to complete. Then finally, we'll take a practical data, which is from the industry. And this practical data has to be solved as given the practical test solution, which is given this. These are the transformation we want to do with the practical data. Now let me go and import this character function data to do all the character related character functions in Python for data transformation now. So how will I go for doing that? Now let's move on to this session 4. I don't have session for code. I just create a new code. I just give this name to session 4 code. Right. Now, when we say, right, so we'll start with Python functions. Python functions or data transformation using Python functions such as number 1, your character functions, your numeric functions, and your datetime functions. I can assure you one thing, guys. Beyond this, you don't need any such functions class, or you don't have to have varied for any more functions which is going to be used in day-to-day job. So this is more than sufficient what I'm going to do now. For getting this, what I'll write here, I'll go for importing data. I like import pandas as PD, import numpy as np. I'll give the file path which I want to import. I'll be going to this folder. This is the location where my data has been located. The file name, I can rename this file name with .xls6. I can call this, I'll call this as a char data, which is pd dot read underscore excel bracket start. I can go with file path, sheet underscore name. I want to go with the sheet name as this. So ultimately, I'll have this output for the character data. Now, in this data, the field is given customer ID. The field is given as gender, registration date, social security number, date of birth, income, phone number, state, district, area, and the zip code, province. So these many columns are given in this particular table. Now, what character functions we want to do it here? Just to check, I take this table. To see the header, I will let dot columns, dot values. I can see all the header here. Now, the first thing I want to do it here, to get the customer name in capital, small, and proper case, right? So what will you do here to get this? What function we are going to use to get the customer name in capital, small, and proper case? To get the capital, small, and proper case, I have to go for using, let's say, char data. I want to create a new variable name. The new variable name is called, let's say, I'll call this here as customer name in capital. I give this field name equals to, I will be using the function like this table, and the column name is customer name. Then I'll use a function called dot string dot offer bracket start close. If I run this query, this is for the capital, this is for small letter. So how to go for the small? you have to write here lower. If you run this query for the next, which is called as proper. So how do you go for doing this? You would be using here called title. Now, ultimately, when you say this is the table you want to run, you can see your customer name is coming out here in the last three, or you can say dot head of five. If I print only the five records, I can show you here customer name in capital, customer name in small case, customer name in proper case. Is this clear to all of you guys, everyone? Everyone, yes or no? Are you getting this,
Yes.
guys?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
sir, you can use also str.proper for proper case.
There's so many things we can do. I'm just showing which is the easiest way to see the output. Okay.
Yes.
Python does not limit to one way. There are multiple approaches you can use, but you need to choose which approach is much easier to write. I'm doing that way. Now, next is to concatenate the fields. So how would you go for concatenating the fields in Python? For example, I want to go for looking at this scar data. I want to create a new variable that is going to be full underscore address. Okay. So this is the new variable that I want to create now. So how do you go for creating this? Customer information. I want to go for looking at the field, which is here when we run the program. We saw this. Yes. I want to take the state, which I want to concatenate by giving hyphen. Again, concatenate the field name. I want to put it here as district. Just copy this and paste it here. Then after adding this, I'll say plus hyphen plus. Again, I'll go for adding another variable to this, which is going to be my area name. So let's say area name here. By doing this, what I did here, I can see my output, which is coming now. It is added with what? My state code, Texas, Houston, area name is Houston. Total is coming here as a full address concatenation. Does it make sense to all of you guys, everyone?
Yes,
Are you
sir.
getting this? Okay. Now, next, what I want to do here is that now let's get the first name and last name, or maybe how to find the position, right? Character position. So to find the spatial character position in the text. So how to go for finding out the spatial character position in the text. So that we will be doing now. To get that, what we'll do here, you have given, you are creating a new variable that is called in your data. First of all, I just go for write this. When I run this program, I see customer name. In the customer name, I want to find out the position of space, right? So how will I go for getting this position of space in customer name? Let's say I write here, this is my data set, the new variable called space position, space underscore position underscore using index function. I'm just going to use index function to find out the space position. In what? I will be using the function called customer name. I'll be copying this customer name over here to here. Then I can write dot string dot index bracket start. I can go like this. Now I will write here, use this as find, where I can go for using the function called find here. Now ultimately what I'm trying to achieve here, if I run this program, what is happening? Using, if I write string that index find the position of space, string that index string that find the position of space, both are going to give me the position as remain same. So that means whether I'm using index, whether I'm using find, I can find the spatial character position. That is what the answer is. Does it make sense to all of you guys, everyone? Is this clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right. Right. Now, to get the first and last name, from a particular value. So now how to find out? To retrieve the first and last name from a text, right? So first and last name from customer name. This is what the example. Now let me go and do this for you guys here. To retrieve the first name, last name, what does it mean? If you go for running this program, you see customer is given Odis, Otit, and it is given as Istafna, Winked Man. So Wheat Man. So these are something called the first name, last name, and retrieve from this customer name. How will I go for doing this? Now to do that, what we will use here, first of all,
Split
now,
function.
sorry,
Split function.
I can go for split function, but I'll be writing. So there are too many ways we can do this. Either with the split function, or we can also go for um, directly use the lambda function with the field with a delimiter. Now let me start with this first delimiter. So what I'll do here, I take this field, I will give this called, let's say, delimiter. I'll say delimiter position. I want to retrieve from this. So how do you go for getting this delimiter position? Here's an equal sign, taking this table where you have to go with the field name called customer name in this, where you have to apply bracket start. You can use the function name is called lambda. Lambda x, to get the value of x dot index, you're using a function called index where you are going to find out the position for the space. Now this is one example. To get the customer first name and last name, how do you go for doing this? Simply you're writing here customer first name. I want to get customer first name. From where? I want to get it from the information which is given, let's say, your CAR index, where your CAR data, where I want to apply. This is a little lengthy, but understand how it is working. Lambda x colon x, where I can take the variable name is called customer name, which I want to go for giving x. No, it is going to be colon x. Then I want to give this as delimiter position, which you created at the top. You can call this column name as the delimiter position, bracket start, then close this bracket twice and call axis is equal to 1 and bracket close. This is how I can go for getting, right? So I can go here to get the position for customer first name. To get customer last name, apply lambda. This is going to be the customer name. Here in this case, I'll say x, and wherever the position it comes, I will say plus 1 to number of characters after that. Now if I run this program with this dot head of 5 records, what is happening here? I can see customer first name, last name is coming. It looks like it is lengthier process. Is there any easiest way we can do it? Now look at here, what we are trying to achieve here. Customer first name, first we understand delimited position, which is going to be coming like this, indexing of the space position. Now I'm saying read the customer name, where starting from the first character position to what, wherever the position comes, that is what you're saying axis 1. Same when you say colon x means it is before colon. Now when you say x to colon means number of character after that, number of characters you want to read. That is what the answer. But this is little complicated in nature. We just avoid to do that. We also use split. How to get the first and last using lambda with split function. Now let's see this. Get the first and last name using lambda with split function. So how to go for doing that? Now let me show it here. To get this, it is quite simple. Select this table, go back over here, say that you want to go for creating the first name as customer first underscore name. I want to go for creating this variable, equal sign, take the same query, paste it here, take this called customer name, which you can copy from here, apply this dot apply bracket start, call lambda x colon x dot split bracket start a space, and you can see before the space the first character value you can give this way. Now you can call this way customer last name. How will you get your last name here? You'll be giving this 1. Now ultimately dot head with 5 records. So how to get this output here? You are getting this customer first name and last name from this data. Does it make sense to all of you guys? How to go for splitting the first name last name using lambda with x dot split? Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes.
Now how to find and replace values. So to find and replace values, what we will do here, let's take an example. Right? Now let's say I write here called player underscore name is equal to, I call this as Sachin Endulkar. Is it Sachin Endulkar, Sachin Tendulkar? Guys,
Tendulkar.
so what you can say, player's name is equal to player's name dot replace bracket start. Wherever your Endulkar is there, it will change to Tendulkar. Are you getting this? Everyone got it?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, let's say you have this data. In this data, what do you see? Gender is coming M, F. I want to change M to M and F to female. So how should I go for doing that? If I want to change it to male to female, what will I do here? I'll say this particular table. What is the column name? The column name is called gender. Does it make sense to all of you guys, everyone? Right? So what you can say, this table dot replace bracket start. Wherever M comes, you want to replace by what? Male. Same thing, you can apply this here to this. Wherever gender is coming to F, you call this as female, female. Now, if you go and call this dot head of 5 records, what is the output is going to come? It is coming as what? Gender. If M for male, F for female has been changed. Yes or no, guys, everyone? Is this
Yes.
clear? Is this clear now, guys? Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, how to get the length of a text? To get the length of a text, for example, we're writing a name is equal to Devendra Devadatta Das. You know what, guys? I write my name. If I want to see the length of my name, I can say name length. What is the function? Which is called length function of my name, right? If I call this program here, it is going to give me the 22 character, including the space. Is this clear now, guys? Total is 22 character. Now, how to split the character value? Let's start with how to split the text to get first, middle, and last text. How to split a word to get first, middle, and last text from this. So what does it mean? Let's say I put name is equal to Devendra Devadatta Das. In this, I have a first name, middle name, and last name. How to get this? If I write here F name, middle name, and my L name. So let it be capital F as a first name, capital M as a middle name, capital L as the last name, right? What we'll do here, to get this, I will take the name dot, I will say split, bracket start and close. Now, if I say print my first name, then I can go for taking this to this to this, to call this as middle name, to call this as last name. So ultimately the output comes as Devendra Devadatta Das. Does it make sense to all of you guys?
Yes, sir.
Right. What if my name is coming with hyphen and hyphen? How would you split them? You'd be splitting by what?
I
Hyphen as a delimit. Now you can see the output is coming with this. What if my name is coming with slash and slash? What should I split with? I should split with slash. Does it make sense to all of you guys, everyone? Yes or no?
yes, sir.
Right. Next is how to trim values by removing spaces from the text. So how will you go for removing the space from the text? For example, I have given, let's say, institute underscore name. What I write here, this is called DV analytics. When I say DV analytics, is written like this. Okay. So if I want to go for trimming this value, right? What does it mean? Let's say institute name version 1. How would I go for getting this institute name? I will use the function called a strip. Strip bracket start, give this as this. Ultimately, what will happen here? You can go for strip only, or you can go for L strip, means left side trimming. You can go for right side, you can say R strip as well. Now, ultimately, what is happening if I say institute name version 1, version 2, and version 3? How would you go for printing this? You will say print as this value, then copy this word 2 more times. This is called version 2, and this is called version 3. Now, what is happening here? If you say strip, what will happen? If you say left strip, what will happen? If you say right strip, what will happen? Now run this query. When you run the query, I
Is
got
the
some,
same thing.
what is strip? Okay,
L.
LST, LSRS. Okay. If I run this query, what is it happening? When you say strip, it is removed all the spaces leading and trailing. When you say left strip is removed from the left side. When you say right strip is removed from the right side. So which one is always going to be used? It is going to be used by strip only. Does it make sense to all of you guys, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now we started with character functions. So let me put it here.
Sir, how to remove the middle space?
Coming to that, I was expecting this question will come with 30. Okay, right. Now the character function is over. Now the question is coming, how to remove the spaces in between. That is what the question you're asking.
Yes,
That
sir.
is what the question. Okay. Now let's see this question only. This one. Now in this, remove everything. You are calling this dv space 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 space, and you calling this way. Yes or no? Right. Now I'll just ask ChatGPT if it's going to give the right answer is okay. I'll do it here. How to remove spaces in between the text using Python programming. Right. So let's do this. Is that okay? Shall we go ahead and do this?
Yes.
Now let's see. Does it work? It is working. select this join institute name with split of the space. Is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.